Hello everyone, Siddharth this side, and in this video I will be discussing S5, which is longest palindromic substring on lead code. So what we have to do in this problem, we have given a string and we have to return the longest palindromic substring which is present in this string. So if you don't have an idea what is a palindrome, so let me tell you that, and after that we will be discussing the brute force method, and then we will be discussing how we can solve this problem uh, using efficient approach. So let's move on. So a palindrome is something which is same from left to right side. We zoom out first. Okay, now it's fine. So suppose this is a string A B D B A. So this is a string. So what palindrome is, if we compare the character from last and character from start, they will be same. So A is equals to A, B is same as B, and D is same as D. So this is a palindrome. Another example will going to be ACECA. This is also a palindrome as it is same from left, and if we read from left, it will be same as if we read from right. So now let's discuss how we can solve this problem using brute force method. So the brute force method will going to be, first, for this given string, first we will be generating all the substring, and simultaneously for each substring we will be checking if that's a palindrome. If that's the case, then we will be finding its length and we will be comparing it from the previously known palindromic substring from our given string. If that's it, if current length is greater than that length, then we will be updating our current string to newly found substring, and we will be updating that length as well. So let me give you code of that first. So first we will be assigning a maximum length variable to 0, and then we will be assigning a string which is longest. Till now we will be assigning it to as empty string. Now what we will do, we have to generate all the substring. So we can do that by generating two loops. So first loop will start from I equals to 0, and another loop will start from j is equals to I, and both will run up to the length of the string. So we will be assigning two loops. First will start from I is equals to 0, and another loop will start from j is equals to I. Now for each substring, we will be checking if that is a palindrome, and how we can do that, we have to define a method for that, is palindrome. I am naming it as is palindrome. You can give any name to it. We will be passing our string s, we will be passing our index I and index j. So what we will do, suppose this is our string ABA. So currently I will point to 0 and j will point to A. Now we will start comparing from left to right, and if we find if this character is as dot char at index I is equals to as dot char at index j, then we will move our pointer, so I plus plus and j minus minus up to while I is less than j. So if our string pass this method and it will return true, then is a given string is a palindrome, otherwise it is not. So we will be passing s, sorry, we will be passing s, and then we will be passing I and j. So this will check if our current substring, which will going to be in the first iteration, will going to be A only. So if that's the case, then we will be finding uh, after checking the current string is a palindrome, then we will be finding its length. So its length, current length, its current length will going to be j minus I plus 1. Okay, so this is just to find the length of a string. Suppose BCB is a current palindromic string. So I is equals to 0, j is equals to 1. So 0, sorry, 2. So 2 minus 0 plus 1 will going to be a length of the string, which is 3. So 3 is the length of the string. We can check also. So this is the formula. Now after finding a current length, we will check if our current length is greater than our maximum length, which we have defined here, this maximum length. If that's the case, we will be updating our maximum length to our current length, because we have found a string which is even greater than our even longer than our previously known substring, which is also a palindrome. So now we have updated this, and we have to update our current longest string, which we have defined as longest. So longest will equals to uh, s dot substring. So this is the method which return a substring, and it will return from I to j plus 1. Why we are taking j plus 1? Because it excludes the j plus 1 index, but it includes j index. So this will going to be our code, guys. And but what's the problem with this code? That it will take too much time. It will take omega of n square of time complexity, so which we don't want. And if you try to run this code here in the lead code, then it will give you time exceed error at like 115 case from 115, because the string become too long to run this whole code. So we have to obviously optimize the solution. So now let's discuss how we can optimize the approach. Okay, let's start with the efficient approach. So in the efficient approach, what we will be doing, we will be, let's suppose first let's take a string. So any palindromic string will have two types. First, it can be odd number like a b c b a. So this is a string and it is of odd length. Now let's take a palindrome which is of even length. So for the efficient approach, we have to take care of both of these two cases. So for that, what we will be doing, we will be, for each character in our string, we will be expanding from it to its left and to its right until our left become equals to 0 or right is less than our string length. So in this manner, we can easily check whether a given substring is a palindrome or not, and we will able to find out the maximum length of the palindrome as well. How we can do that? Suppose this is a string, so we will start from a and we will start expanding from a itself and a and b. So from a itself, so why we are expanding from a itself, because this will handle all the odd cases, you will soon know. And we will be expanding from adjacent character, because this will handle our that case when our string is of even length, which is this case ABBA. So let's start from a. So we will start from a and we will expand it to the left and we will expand it to the right. And as while expanding, we will be checking if our current character on the left side is equals to the character at right side. So currently this is not the case, so we will move on to b. So for b also, uh, A and C are not equal, so we will move on to C. So we will start expanding from C itself, and we will check for this B and B. So these two are equal. So we will decrement a left counter, and we will increment our right counter, which is currently on B. So we will do right plus plus. So after that, we will compare A and A. So these two are also equal. So we will move our left pointer to left side and right pointer to right side. Now we are currently on A, and we are currently on A. So again these two are equal. So we will make our left to -1 and right is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right will become 5. Now how we will be calculating the length of this string? By 5 minus of -1, 5 minus of -1, and so minus 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 minus 1 is 5. So this will going to be the length of our longest substring. So this is the method that we will be following. So let's move on to the coding part. So first we will be initializing our start and end is equal to 0 and end is equal to 0. So why we are doing this? We we are initializing these two variables so that we can keep track of our previous string, previously palindromic string. You will soon know. So while we will start for int I is equal to 0, uh, I less than s dot length and I plus plus. Now what we have to do? We have to calculate the length of a string if we expand from the characters itself. We have to calculate the length of the substring, which is a palindrome, and for the case when we are expanding from the character itself, for the odd cases basically we can say, for this case. So that will be equals to, now we have to write our method, which is expand from center, expand from center. So we will be passing our string and passing our current index. So why we are passing the same index? As you already know, we have to expand from the same character. Now length 2 will going to be expand from center as I and then I plus 1. This is for the even case, like for this string. Why? Because if we follow this method, like if we start expanding from B itself, then we will never able to find the longest substring. Like you can check, like after checking for B, uh, which is equals to B, like V is obviously equals to B, so we will move on A to B. So these are not equal, so we will be returning -1 in that case. So now if we expand from A, then again we will be returning -1. If we expanding from this B, again -1. If we expanding from this A, again -1. So we will never able to find out if this is a palindrome or not. So for that, what we have to do? We have to expand from its adjacent character as well. We have to start checking from the adjacent character, which is B and B. If that's the case, then we will move on to A, and only then we will able to find out in the even length substring if that's a palindrome or not. Okay, so now I think it's you have understood. Now what we have to do, we have to find the length of the maximum one. So math dot max of length 1 and length 2. So this will be giving us the maximum length of these two. Okay, now what we have to do? After calculating the length, we have to calculate the start and end index so that we can return it. So and first we have to check if the length is the length that we have find out is greater than our previously find substring. So for that, if our length is greater than end minus start, if that's the case, then we have surely find out the string which is greater than previously palindromic string. So in that case, we have to calculate our start and end. So start will become equals to I minus length minus 1 float by 2. So this will be returning a starting index. How? Let me show you. So suppose this is a string and ABCBA is a string, and we are currently on that iteration by which we can directly reach to a longest substring. So for that we will be at C. So we will compare B and B. So currently I is equals to 2, guys, 1 0 1 2. So I is equals to 2 here, and for this B we will decrement the left counter. So here it will become 1, then it will become 0, then it will become minus 1, and here right will become 5. So the length that we will be returning will equals to 5. Here I had told you how we are returning 5. So after returning 5 to length 1, we have to calculate the starting and ending index of the substring. So for that, I have told you this formula. Now I will be telling you how this formula will work and going to solve will work and will be giving us the starting and ending index. So starting index formula is I minus L minus 1 divided by 2. So currently I is 2 and L is 5 minus 1 divided float with 2. So this will give us 2, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So clearly eighth index is 0. So we have successfully find out the starting index of this substring. Okay, so similarly you can check for ending index, and its formula also very simple. I plus, okay, let me do here also. Okay, and that length plus 1, sorry, length minus 1 divided by 2. It should be L divided by 2. Like if we apply this here also, like I is 2 here, and R is 5, sorry, L is 5. So L divided by 2 will going to be 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. So clearly the index of uh, ending ending character is 4 here. 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so now just what we have to do, after finding these indexes, we just have to return, we just have to let me do inside here, we just have to return a substring. So return as dot substring, and it will be starting from a starting index, and it will be ending with end plus 1, because the last index we will be excluding. So we will be returning from start to end. Okay, now we just have to write a method for mm, how we can expanding from center, which I already had told you how we can do that. So public int which is expand from center, and we will be taking a string as an argument, and then we will be taking our left index, and then we will be taking a right index. So after taking this, what we have to do, so while our left is greater than or equals to 0 and our right is less than s dot length, and another condition that s dot char at index L should be equals to s dot char at index R. So this is the condition for palindrome. Now in that case we will be decrementing our counter, so left minus minus and R plus plus, and in the end what we have to return, we just have to return the length of our substring, which will going to be written R minus L minus 1. So this will be returning us the length of a substring. So now let's try to run this code, see it if it will work or not. So what's the problem? Start is equals to I minus L minus 1 divided by 2. Already defined met. Okay, sorry. Really sorry. Should be not int. We already have defined, so we don't have to declare in the method. Now what's the problem? Okay guys, so this is the mistake. We have written chart, which is incorrect. We have to write char. And now let's try to run this code. Okay, all the test case I think have been processed. Okay, okay. We all also forget our base condition. If we have given an empty string, so if s dot length is less than 1, then we just have to return an empty string, because that will not be a palindrome. The palindrome will going to be an empty string as well. Now let's try to submit. Okay, so we have successfully solved this problem. So thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.